episode 100. And welcome into the Bench is Cleared podcast, where we cover the best rivalry in all of sports. I am Jesse Gutierrez, and I represent the side of the NL West Division champion San Francisco Giants.
And I represent Los Angeles Dodgers, who obviously have the best team in baseball and made their team even a little bit better today. Just a little bit better.
Well, we're not even going to talk about that because I don't think it's really even that important. I think it's more
You're
important
right.
we're on episode 100, Tyler.
100.
That's
way more
they
important. Said we couldn't make it, but here we are.
No matter how many times they told us to shut up.
Yeah, despite all the haters, dude. All the haters keep us going, bro. That's the thing people say, right?
Haters make me famous, bitch.
Yeah,
so.
Right. Yeah, episode 100. It's been fun. We're gonna keep going, but episode 100, I feel like needed to start off with a bang. So I was like, what are we gonna do? And then Dodgers just made it happen for us because the Dodgers made a bang today, trading AJ Pollock, RIP, for 8-time All-Star Craig Kimbrel from the Chicago White Sox. I mean, this is like 4 years in the making now. Finally, the Dodgers have Craig Kimbrel. Like, this is like when the Dodgers got Cole Hamels. It was like, oh, cool. I mean, it's just too late. It's like way too late because we've heard this every July for 5 fucking years. Right. This is a little bit different. Craig Kimbrel is still, he's an elite guy. He's definitely going to help bolster that Dodger bullpen, which definitely needed a little bit of help. And gonna miss AJ Pollock. I mean, AJ Pollock was looking to be in the lineup all the time, either playing left field or DHing.
Right.
So it's definitely not like AJ Pollock was just a super expendable guy. I mean, he was definitely going to help bolster the lineup. I think what really helps them make this move is the way Edwin Rios has been in spring training. I mean, the dude's just mashing the ball. Good. I mean, it really makes last year's like 0 for 30 or whatever he was before he went on the IL and got that shoulder surgery. I mean, he was hurt. He was definitely really, really hurt. So I think Rios makes this move possible because he's going to slot into the lineup, I think, pretty frequently. But now the Dodgers have a closer. They have a bona fide closer, even though Blake Trinan, I think, could have definitely been the closer. But him as your setup guy and Brusdar in the middle of that and Hudson. I mean, the Dodgers bullpen is going to be good. I'm looking forward to it.
I mean,
Craig Kimbrel definitely makes this bullpen better.
Does he though? I mean, everyone's kind of like,
yes.
I mean, there's a lot of people that
100%.
are saying some negative stuff too, but a lot of people are talking about how they're excited that Craig Kimbrel's there, and those are the same people that were saying that Kenley Jansen was washed. So Kenley Jansen had a way better. Well, not way better if you take into the entire year into account, but if you're looking at the White Sox part of it, which is the second half of the season, I mean, the dude had a 5 ERA. I mean, gave up.
But he also wasn't the closer. He wasn't the closer in Chicago.
So does that mean that he wasn't dominant in the 8th?
That's a big deal.
All of a sudden, he's gonna be dominant in the 9th.
I think that's a big deal for a guy that's been a closer his whole life. It's like Trey Turner going to play second base. I mean, I know he's still pitching. It's the same position, but I think it drastically changes things. And I think we're going to have the same kind of feeling with Craig Kimbrel. He's like a Kenley Jansen where there's going to be some shaky moments.
Right. Keep going. Just want to grab something. Go ahead.
Jesus. There's going to be some shaky moments, but I mean, there's going to be shaky moments with every closer. That's just how it is. But I think on the whole, he definitely makes the team better because if anything, that's one more depth piece because we know pitching's going to be, it's going to be a struggle this year with this shortened spring training, and the Dodgers have some guys on the shelf. You got guys like Tommy Kahnle who are going to come back, and they said mid-May. I think he's making his first appearance tomorrow or today against those dirty, nasty Giants that we hate so much.
Yeah, I
And
forgot
then
that. Yeah,
Phil
today's
Bickford's not.
is going to be
Yeah,
the
Phil Bickford's not going to start the season with the team. He's going to be on the IL. So a couple guys are going to be down, and Craig Kimbrel is definitely a step up from those guys. So we're all right.
I don't know, because you keep talking about how I just don't. I don't think he's much of an addition, to be honest with you. I think the White Sox wanted to get rid of him for a reason. He didn't do shit for them. The knock against Canley was, oh my gosh, he gives it the long ball, but he gave up 4 home runs all year last year, and Craig Kimbrel gave up 5 home runs in the half a season that he spent with the White Sox. You know, you could say it's about the closing thing, but at the same time, maybe it's a thing of he was on a non-competitive team and then got moved to a competitive team and just sucked with the competitive team. I find the straight line to that
here's
more
the
than
thing.
the closing role.
Here's what I don't understand. I would have rather had Kenley.
Right.
I would rather have Kenley. And you could have done it for the same for the same price.
Right.
Kenley, I think, is like 17, 18, but you obviously would have still had Pollock's contract, so that's an additional 10.
Right.
So
you could have
done I would rather have Kenley. I'm not. Yeah, but I'm not trying to sit here and say Craig Kimbrel is better than Kenley Jansen. I want Kimbrel and he's my guy. I'm not saying that. You're putting words in my mouth, guy.
I'll put a lot in your
I don't know
mouth,
what you're saying, but I'm going to take it as disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that it was a straight up swap. I like that we didn't have to give away any prospects. We didn't have to eat any money of Pollock's contract. And the way I kind of look at it is AJ Pollock missed that opt-out mark by 25 at bats. So because he missed that, we get Craig Kimbrel. I mean, I'm all right with it. I think the bullpen is much more of a necessity for the Dodgers right now. They needed to add something than the lineup. The lineup's going to be fine without AJ Pollock.
Yeah, the lineup is probably, if not the best in baseball, definitely top 2 or 3. I can't see anyone arguing any lower than that. But I don't know. I mean,
wait, what did you say? What's the top 3 in baseball?
Dodgers lineup.
The lineup?
Yeah.
Oh, it's number 1, but okay.
I said if it's not number 1, it's top 3. You can't really.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your shit internet connection's cutting out, so I can't hear you.
You're such a liar. Well, don't you dare talk about my internet. It's the best internet in the world. Yeah, it's definitely a step down going from AJ Pollock to, I guess this trade off would be more at bats for Gavin Lux.
We'll find out. But this makes Chris Taylor your everyday left fielder. So I think it'll be good for Chris Taylor to have a.
Right, Chris Taylor was going to be there over Lux, at second. His bat was going to be in the lineup.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying this gives him a home. This gives him a position, a solid. He's going to play 130 games at this position rather than just kind of scampering all over the field.
Yeah, it's also kind of annoying too, because I was going to come on here and ask you. I had a question for you if it was going to be more of like a closing type question, but I guess I'll ask it now because we're kind of in that mode.
Just hit me with it, baby.
I was gonna say, we're a week away from opening day, a little bit less than a week, but if there's one move you can make before the deadline at the buzzer, what would you add to? I mean, it might not be the move that you really wanted, but you freaking already got one. But if you can get a second one, where are you going with it?
Starting pitcher. It would be, dude, Andrew Heaney is, maybe the Dodgers think they can still fix him because like 2 starts in spring training isn't enough, but he's given up like 4 home runs in probably 8 innings or so. And that's been his problem his whole career. He's given up the long ball. I think Heendog's cooked. I thought he was cooked before they got him. So, you keep hearing the A's duo over there, with Montas and Minaya. I don't think, obviously, if it's gone this long, I think the A's are going to try to hold on to him to the deadline.
Right.
So I don't think
Have a
that's going to
bidding war.
happen. So yeah, so I don't think there's, a premier starter that you can go after, but you got guys like Danny Duffy on the 40 man who, obviously need time to build up, and I don't
Right,
think
right.
they're going to break with the team out of spring training. So I mean, the Dodgers have a lot of options too. I mean, you got guys like Andre Jackson, Mitch White, who can kind of fill in Tyler Anderson, even though I know they want him in the pen. So starting pitcher, to answer your question, it would be a starting pitcher, but it's just not really fathomable at this time.
I don't. I think it is. If they, I guarantee the A's would be interested in a, maybe a Mania for a Gavin Lux. He's still a big time.
Right, but I don't think Andrew Friedman's interested in that, and I think
Right.
they would be much more likely to do something like that at the deadline when you kind of have a scope of what the team looks like, what the standings are.
Right.
And it makes no difference to the A's. They know they're going to be shit all year, so what difference does it make to them?
Right. To ask myself,
Dude, what are you guys? I was gonna say, what are you guys gonna do with late night Lamont's out, old man Longoria's out,
Longoria, Lamont. But the thing is
has Brandon Belt even played in the spring yet?
He has not played in spring, but he's done. He's played in their simulated games, and they're holding more candle to that than anything. There is murmurs that he might not be able to start opening day, but the thing is with this team is everything is situational so much that there's no real, with Buster Posey gone in this lineup, there's no real, I guess, star. Maybe Brandon Crawford. Brandon Belt can have that argument, but at the same time, if you put Darren Ruff over there, bat wise, I feel like they can, they're pretty close. Projecting that Darren Ruff repeats and maybe even progresses even a little bit more, especially getting more at bats now. So I don't think these IL stints, especially them not being that long, I don't think that they really hurt too much. I mean, I would much rather have Wade in there, with his bat versus Duggar's bat, but at the same time, you're getting a huge upgrade on defense with Wade out, and I'm guessing Duggar's going to take that spot. But if I were to add one Hail Mary deadline piece, I know it's not going to happen because of how much it would cost to get this guy. But
I already know what it is. Everyone already knows what it is.
Everyone knows.
It's the most obvious move. Everyone knows.
Is it? Then say it with me. Share.
Okay. Okay, we'll say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Jose Ramirez.
Sonny Bono. Same thing. No, yeah, of course. Jose Ramirez. I just don't. From what they would have to give up, I just don't see them doing it. Because there's no way you'd be able to keep Matos, Harrison, and Luciano in that deal, and I'm not sure they want to give up any of those guys for Ramirez right now, when they could have gotten a crazy deal for Correa, but then again, Correa would have to play short, but they could have done that for Story or just one of those guys. So I don't think it's gonna happen, but that would be the best fit. I would have loved. I can't believe that Jesse Winker was out there for the price tag that he was out there for. And, if you want to add a big bat, that would have been the way to go, I feel like. Don't pick up Jock Peterson and just trade for Jesse Winker.
Yeah, but dude, I don't know. I think the Jose Ramirez thing, I mean, I hope to God it doesn't happen, but
right.
Dude, I think it might be worth it. I mean, he's controllable for a couple more years. And the guy's just been great. He's been so good.
Yes, I completely agree with you. But you don't want a prospect hug because at the end of the day, everyone always has the, we don't want to give up these guys. We don't want to give up these guys. And then 5 years later, they're bouncing around to different teams. I mean, case in point, right, like the Yankees did not want to give up Clint Frazier to get Madison Bumgarner, because he was just too much, and there's no way they're going to give up Clint Frazier because Clint Frazier is a superstar. They end up DFAing him 2 years later. So that happens a lot. but you get scared.
Yeah.
You also don't want to be the next Tatis. You don't want to be the next, for Giants land, you don't want to give up the next Brian Reynolds for a year of Andrew McCutcheon, but you just got to roll those dice sometimes. But I just don't think they're going to do that for, Ramirez. Maybe next year when he'll cost less, but I don't see that happening this year.
Yeah. I'm not too sure, but I hope to God it never happens. So, dude, and you guys are going to be fine. If Brandon Belt can't go, you guys got an all-star first baseman. Just slot Jock Peterson in there. He's a great defensive first baseman.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, he can catch the ball. He can pick the ball, no problem. Speaking of rosters, I don't know what the Giants roster looks like right now because I don't give a shit. But let's get into some roster predictions because I have a feeling there's more predictions on your side than there is mine because the Dodgers lineup's pretty set in stone.
At the end, yes, but yeah. Not really position player wise with the guys in the IL and stuff, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
Okay, so let's go through it and then let's give it a grade because we're not complete homers. Pitching? We're not going to give an A+ for everything. Yeah, let's start with the rotation. I'll start it off with my boy Walker Buehler. He's going to be the ace this year. Number 1. Kershaw's going to be numero dos or 3. But the Dodgers rotation, like I said, I would love another starting pitcher. But the Dodgers starting rotation, at least there's depth. Dustin May should be coming back maybe before the All-Star break potentially.
Right.
You got Gonsolin taking the 5th spot. Andrew Heaney's the big, and Gonsolin. I think both those guys could blow up. But you got guys like Andre Jackson and Mitch White. You got, like I said, Tyler Anderson, David Price if he needs to make a start. So there are guys. Danny Duffy's on the 40-man. The first 3 guys are great. They're elite. It's those back 2 that I'm really worried about. So I'm going to give the Dodgers a B as far as the rotation goes. Because if I think they could have added one more.
Right. And if one of those guys go down for, an extended period of time.
Yeah, right. And that's the whole thing with Dustin May is, when he comes back, they're going to be watching his pitches. He's not going to be tallying up very many innings. But then when you think about, that Dustin May could come back and be your 4, I mean, it seems like you're in a pretty good place. And who knows what will happen at the deadline. But as it stands right now, I think they're a solid B. And as we always say, as long as everyone stays healthy, it should be okay.
And that never happens.
Right. Of course.
Right. And to go for the Giants starting pitching. I feel like it's a, I don't even want to say it's like top heavy. I think there's a definite difference between 1 and 2 and 3 and 5, but I feel like 3 and 5 can be very interchangeable. I feel like they're all on like the same level. I feel like obviously Logan Webb, if he continues what he did last year, and he's still young, he can even progress, honestly. He's your obvious number 1 ace. Carlos Rodon could be the best pitcher in the National League at times. So those are 2 elite dudes. Your bottom 3 are, I believe, very solid 3. Like they're all could be you go from, there's Alex Wood, Anthony DeScalfani, and Alex Cobb, who supposedly is throwing 96, 97 out there. That's what the gun keeps saying. They said he did the whole driveline thing. Who knows if it's real? We'll find out. But Alex Cobb is going to be your 5, but he can easily be the 3rd best pitcher in the rotation at times. DeScalfani was pitching like an all-star the first half of the year until he's had that little injury issue that he was nagging with the foot. Alex Wood can be elite, but they're also not aces for reasons. They can also get lit up, so they can also take a step back. DeScalfani can take a step back because he struggled at the end. You don't know if it was actually the injury or people were just figuring him out. So, but honestly, and then you look at your depth pieces. You got Matt Boyd coming, at the beginning. In the middle of the year to kind of save the day for whoever needs to go on the IL for a little bit. You got Sammy Long, you got Jacob Junis, who's looked good over the spring. I mean, there's a lot of guys. Oh, Carlos Martinez, who could be something. There's a lot of depth pieces, and for that reason, I think this is the strong point of the team. I'm giving them an A for rotation. Come see me.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd give them an A, but that's your choice to make.
A solid A.
Well,
not A plus, but a solid A.
I might give him an A minus. Speaking of A's, let's just go to the Dodgers lineup because I can't contain myself. Okay. I just have to go there first. A plus. Okay. It's an A plus. I'm not even gonna go down the guys yet. It's just an A plus. And everyone already knows that. So let me project the opening day lineup because I can project it with almost 100% certainty. Starting off with my boy, former MVP, Mookie Betts in right field. Then we're going to shift over to center field. Former MVP, Cody Bellinger. Let's not talk about his spring at the plate. Then we're going to wild card game hero, CT3, Chris Taylor in left field. Then we're going to go all the way to first base. Former MVP, Freddie Freeman. Okay. Then we're going to second base. Max Muncy is just going to mash. He's going to hit 40 dongs this year.
Probably DH more than second base, but I get you.
Relax, okay? Genius.
Just saying.
Trey Turner going to hit over 315 this season. No big deal. Justin Turner still can play a solid third base, and he can still hit the ball. And then you got the best catcher in baseball, Will Smith. He's not a great defensive catcher, as I've noted a million goddamn times, but he more than makes up for it with the stick. And then with DH, here's the thing. I was looking at other people. I like seeing what's going on. I like reading. I know how to read. Seeing what other people are predicting, what the lineups are going to be and the rosters and all, yada, yada, yada. Even after AJ Pollock got traded, I have yet to see anyone include Edwin Rios making the opening day roster, even with the expanded roster spot, even though they're probably going to use it on pitching. I don't see how Edwin Rios is not on the team. I think he can be a DH a lot of the time. The dude is killing the ball. He's absolutely murdering the ball, and he's batting like 500. He's fixed. The shoulder surgery did it. He's ready to fucking bang. Edwin Rios makes the team. Book it. Don't at me. And he's going to hit 20 home runs this season. Calling it.
That's how you know we're close to opening day, is when we start hearing the Tyler don't at me's.
I'm never wrong. Name really one time excited. I was wrong. You can't.
Yeah, I am. Oh, you didn't give the grade, I don't think. So I'm going to have to accept that as a D because you didn't finish your homework.
No, I said A plus dum-dum to start. Before I even said the roster, I said A plus. The lineup is an A plus.
Okay. Yeah, well, we're going to a lineup that is very interchangeable. Like I said, there's no stars. I mean, the closest thing
there sure isn't
back here. But let's just go from you did outfield, and I'll go outfield. If we're starting opening day rosters, obviously Lamont Wade's not going to be there, so I would figure right field is just going to be Yastrzemski. That's his spot. And he's kind of he was going to be the star and had a real regression last year. So I'm hoping, and even his regression, he still had a pretty solid year, hit 25 bombs. So I am hoping that he gets a little bit back to 2019, 2020 so he has potential to have a all-star season. And you go to center field, there's going to be a platoon situation there. It's going to have to be Austin Slater and Steven Duggar. And then you're going to go over to right field, and you're probably going to get the left field, and you're going to get the platoon of Jock Peterson, and I'm guessing either Dubon or Darren Ruff. And I'm not even going to go over a DH, because a DH is going to be any of the guys that I'm mentioning just switching off. There's not going to be a DH guy. So that's where I'm going there. Go to first base. Obvious. Brandon Belt, I'm hoping he's going to be ready for opening day. So I'm going to put that positivity out there and say Brandon Belt, opening day at first base.
You know what kind of people are positive, Jesse?
Positive Peters.
Fucking morons. Morons are positive.
Hey, I was positive last year and said that the Giants were going to be over 500.
And look what it got you. It got you knocked out in the first round of the playoffs.
107 wins.
Oh,
the world.
Do you guys get a trophy for that? I doubt it.
No,
you don't.
You didn't get a trophy either, so I guess that's all that really matters.
Continue on, positive Pete, moron.
So second base, you're looking at either Dubon, Estrada from the right side, and La Stella from the left. You're gonna have Crawford over at short. He'll get off days every once in a while, and it'll be Estrada because Estrada's a better shortstop than Dubon. And at that third base spot, I'm thinking we're getting another one of Farhan's projects because Longo is going to be down. If it's not Estrada and it's not Vossler, I'm going the great Alex Blandino, who's been tearing it up in spring training this year, or maybe even the super utility guy Luke Williams that we just got from Philly. You never heard of him, but guess what? One of them is going to hit 20 bombs for the Giants this year. I don't know which one is. That's just the way.
Blandino's the kid from Cincinnati, right?
Great, the great Blandino. Can you put some respect on his name, please? Thank you. And then catching.
Yeah, okay. The guy no one's ever heard of. You're already saying he's going to be the future MVP.
In 2018, you ever heard of a different Yastrzemski other than Carl? No, you did not. Okay, you thought Darren Ruff went to Korea to die, and he's hitting home runs against Walker Buehler in the NLDS. So that's just the way things go.
They lost. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you're cutting out. I don't understand what you're saying. Anyways, catching position. I'm really happy for you that you're actually able to say you have the best catcher in baseball. Say it with a straight face, because you're not. I mean, there's plenty of arguments against it.
God.
But it was for sure you're a homer bitch when Buster Posey's back there, but he's not back there anymore. All right? You might get some Kirkus
Yeah, the man who ruined baseball is not back there. Yay. Maybe we can go back to playing real man's baseball.
What? Having pitchers
Hopefully,
hit?
One day.
Is that what you're talking about?
Well, not that, but I'm telling you, the Buster Posey rule ruined baseball.
Oh,
gosh.
Yeah. So, and one big thing, there's a lot of disrespect for Joey Bart going around. He's going to be the main backstop back there. A lot of disrespect, saying, oh, we could have got someone else and we should have got someone else. Who? What catcher out there that is a better option than him that is available? I mean, there's better catchers than him, but on teams that are good that aren't giving them up. So I don't understand where you would think to go elsewhere. There's this narrative that that they might try to get a catcher at the last minute, a veteran guy with a little bit more seasoning on him. But Farhan just went on the radio and confirmed it's Joey Bart's role. He's putting faith in him. He's going to be out there opening day, and that's his fucking role. He killed it in AAA last year. The only reason he wasn't, getting brought up is because Buster Posey was on his dick-dropping tour and, had one of the best seasons he's ever had. So I'm giving all my love to Joey Bart. He's going to be the shit. He's going to hit over 20 bombs. He's probably going to hit closer to, maybe 230 than 300. So, just be prepared for that. He's going to strike out a lot. So long story short, if we're talking about grades here, I want to be realistic, but I also want to be optimistic, right? Because this is the team that hit the most home runs in the National League. Yeah, I know you're taking away Chris Bryant, but at the same time, Chris Bryant was only there half the year. You're taking away Buster Posey, but Buster Posey only had 15 home runs. He wasn't the number one home run guy on the team. So I'm going to give them a B minus. A B minus. That's where I'm going with them.
And that's still being quite generous, if you ask me.
I think that's very solid. I think generous would have been B plus because they had one of the best offenses in baseball last year, And yes, like I said, you knocked out those two guys, but I don't know. I have a lot of faith in Darren Ruff, so I don't know.
We'll find out. Quickly, just to bring it back to your boy real quick, I'm just going to throw the bench pieces in there because I think with any roster, this is your most. You just don't know.
Right.
I think more than ever for the Dodgers, for the bench, we don't know who's going to really be on there. Obviously, Austin Barnes, he's a shoo-in. Austin Barnes is going to be on there. But because you're going to be able to, I'm assuming the Dodgers are going to carry 15 pitchers to start the year. With the DH, that only leaves you 3 bench pieces. So I'm going to throw one out there for you.
Throw one out to me, baby.
So you got a 3-man bench, right?
Mm-hmm.
So McKinstry's already been optioned to minor league camp, so we know he's not there.
Right.
So you got 2 spots.
2 of them.
Hanser Alberto is going to be one of the guys. It's pretty obvious that the Dodgers like him. He's versatile. He's a right-handed bat. He can hit for not necessarily average, but he can hit for contact. He doesn't strike out a lot. He doesn't walk a lot. He puts the ball in play. But I'm going to give the last bench spot to one and only Jake Lamb. I think Jake Lamb breaks with the team. Here's the thing, is it could go either way. This logic can work both ways. You want Gavin Lux to start the year down there to get some at-bats, especially because that option's not going to count against him. It's not going to count towards the 5. So you get Lux in AAA, and he's able to start every day, especially if you want to give him more outfield time, to kind of be able to slot him in, and then you bring him up in May. Or you could say the same about Jake Lamb. The dude's been doing really well in spring training. He's a couple years removed from 30 bombs, from being an all-star, from, getting his shoulder fixed. But I also want to give an honorable mention to someone I don't think enough people are talking about.
Who?
Dude, Eddie Alvarez has been great in spring training. The dude is versatile defensively. He's been hitting bombs. He's just getting hits. Former Olympic silver medalist in 2 different events, in baseball and in speed skating. The dude's just baller. He's a cool dude. Dude, Tokyo Drift, bro.
Do you think he was on Team Pup and Suds as a kid? Or was he an X-Blades guy?
Nah, he was Pup and Suds, dog. He pulled that 540 off no problem.
So scared.
He did big shit.
Are you seriously suggesting to me? Hold on really quick. Are you seriously suggesting to me that they're going to not start the opening day roster with Gavin Lux on it?
I wouldn't. Think about it. Use your brain, Jesse. They can get him outfield reps because that's where he's going to be playing now. Now that Pollock got traded, that's where he's going to be slotting in a lot of the time.
I don't know. I just feel like Muncy's going to be DHing, and he might just get that second base spot.
I don't think Muncy's going to be DHing as much as you think he is.
Maybe I mean, obviously,
Muncy's a good second baseman, and Muncy's a fantastic first baseman, and he prefers playing second base. So, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing.
You keep Mac Muncy happy more than you keep Lux happy, for sure.
Right, but I obviously think the Dodgers are going to break camp with Lux. I'm just saying what I would do. That's what I would do. That's what I think they should do. And there's a slight chance they might, but that's what I'm hoping they do. And I think Jake Lamb has earned a spot. And then you got freaking Kevin Pillar. I just don't see it, but
I love me some Kevin Pillar. I don't know what it is about Kevin Pillar, but everywhere he goes, he's like a fan favorite. Obviously in Toronto with the Giants, fucking Boston loved him. I don't know anybody who likes the Rockies, so I have no idea if he's a fan favorite with the Rockies. But if you're looking at bench pieces for the Giants side, I already told you them because they platoon. I feel like they have no true bench player because it's just a platoon situation. Their guys are gonna. Both sides are gonna get 2 at bats a game because it's gonna be a switch off situation. So. if you're looking for a legit bench piece and like maybe like a long shot to make the roster, you had with Jake Lamb, it would have been probably Blandino. I like him. I just have a better feeling about him. I think he has a better nickname that I gave that I can come up with. The Great Blandino, trademark, not to be used by anybody. Ricky Bobby Inc. So that's who I'm gonna go with. But yeah, no true bench pieces. I don't think really on this side.
Oh man, I just realized my math was totally off.
That's I probably have said that a lot in your lifetime.
Oh wait, no. Oh wait. Yes, it was very off. Oh shit.
Yes. No. All right,
Lux makes the roster 100%. 100%. Because I get an extra bench piece that I didn't count because I can't count. Scrap everything I just said. Lux is coming, and let's just get in. Let's just get into the Dodgers bullpen that I'll probably also screw up. Obviously, the Dodgers bullpen upgraded Craig Kimbrel. So I'm just going to run off the guys that I think you have on here. You got Victor Gonzalez, you got Daniel Hudson, Tyler Anderson, David Price, Alex Vesia, Brusdar Graterol, Blake Trinan. Oh, I had David Price on there twice. Craig Kimbrel, Justin
Price
Brule.
is wrong, bitch.
And then I don't know what's going on with Caleb Ferguson.
Right.
If he's going to be ready to go. Like we were talking about earlier, Tommy Kahnle is not going to be ready till the end of May, middle of May. Phil Bickford's not going to be able to start the season with the team. So I think since I had David Price in there twice and didn't realize it because I'm an idiot, it's either going to be between Shane Green, Evan Phillips, or Mitch White. And I would give it to Mitch White just because I think it would be nice to have another guy who has the ability to go 3-4, like a Tyler Anderson might be able to, like a David Price might be able to, but I think Mitch White would be your long guy. So I think they bring Mitch White in. So I think the Dodgers bullpen is going to be fine. Dude, you got Blake Trinan in the 8th, Kimbrel in the 9th, and then you got Hudson and Brusdar in the 7th, maybe even in the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. I mean, they're going to be all right.
And what is your grade on that, Professor Co?
After today, I'm going to give him a B+. I'm not going to give him the A
generous.
Because I want to see how it works. A B+ is generous?
That's generous, yes.
Oh
Craig
my
Kimbrel
God, you're a fucking idiot.
5 ERA.
Craig Kimbrel? Can't even pronounce his name. Can't you even fucking read?
It's not his fault. He doesn't know how to read.
Yeah, how is that generous?
I feel like that's generous. That was the weak part of
I can't.
That was the weak part.
Oh my God, I can't wait to hear
last year.
Your grade.
It was a weak part of your roster last
year.
Yeah,
and how many fucking guys were hurt?
Jansen to Kimbrel.
Okay. Okay, let's see what your grade is. Let me guess. A+? A+.
No. Honestly, I mean, they had the best bullpen in baseball, and they did nothing to it. But there was a great article by my man Brooks who broke down why a lot of them saw a lot of favoritism as far as, if you're looking at FIP and hard hit rate and all the
Wait,
the
what
stuff
did you say? They're the what? Hold on, well, they're the what bullpen? You broke up. I honestly didn't hear you. You said the best or the worst?
They were the best. They're the best ERA.
Oh my. Okay.
They did. You want to look it up, bitch?
I don't need to.
Okay. They had the best results. But like I was saying, my man Brooks wrote a article about how a lot of it had to do with just being in the right place at the right time, and it's very possible they will see regression.
Oh, so they're lucky. So they got lucky.
They might see regression because a lot of things just happen to go right, is the way I would describe it. I don't know what that word means. So I don't even we could go through, right, who's going to be in this bullpen. But at the end of the day, there's going to be changes throughout April like no other. It's going to be stupid to pick I mean, what would it be? The 10 bullpen guys, because it's going to be a 15 a bullpen over there. Not, oh, sorry, 15 like pitching staff, so like 10 bullpen guys probably back there. I feel like the guys with options just going to be a revolving door. You're going to see Jacob Junis get sent up and down. You're going to see Sammy Long get sent up and down. You're going to see Gregory Santos get sent up and down. It's going to be, I mean, you're going to have your mainstays of Jose Alvarez, the big, Curvin Castro. Tyler Beatty has to make the team or get let go because he has no options. So I believe he's going to break camp with the team. But you're going to see a revolving door of Brebbia, Castro, Santos. I'm not sure if I already said that. I probably already did. But Harlan Garcia is out of options. He's going to stay up. I believe Camilo Duvall, even though he has options, he's just so good that he's going to stay. If I were to have to give a grade on this awesome bullpen that might show a little bit of regression, I'm going to give a solid A-.
Oh my God. You are so fucking delusional. It's unreal.
A-.
You are fucking
A-.
Who's your closer? Is Duvall going to be your closer?
The way here's the thing with
how
Kepler,
many innings has he pitched? Like 5 in his life?
I mean, he did pretty well. He did 2 innings and shut the Dodgers down, so that was pretty tight.
And he also lost the series.
Lost the series by a fucking ground ball that just happened to go through. Yeah, that was his fault.
Well, if he had swing and miss stuff, it wouldn't have been an issue.
He does have swing and miss stuff.
Clearly he does.
He sound like a bitch. He does. Yes, huh? So the Kepler, he does this thing where he says, "Oh, it's a situational thing. We don't name a closer." But every single time he does that, he has one. It was Trevor Gott, and then we're doing situational. And then it was Jake McGee until he got hurt. So then it went to Tyler Rogers. And I feel like there's a guy. I just don't know if it's going to be Jake McGee or Camilo Duvall. I believe Tyler Rogers is going to be a 7th or 8th inning guy, depending if there's more righties or lefties in the lineup. Same thing with either if it's Jake McGee in that role. I believe it's going to be Camilo Duvall closing games, and it's going to be 7th and 8th being Rogers and McGee, but it could be flip-flopped in the 7th and 8th, depicting if there's a lot of lefties or righties coming up in the lineup. So that's your 3-headed monster. I mean, Dominic Leone had a great year last year. He's going to be a big part of the bullpen. But there's going to be a revolving door. It's going to be a joke to how many people are going to come up and come down. I.e., our boy Jay Jackson getting sent down was 11 times last year. So that's just they're going to abuse the fuck out of it, and that's just the way it is. But yeah, A-. Stand by it.
Cool. I mean, I don't want to. I know we're gonna do this later this week, but I'm gonna spoil it for everyone. Everyone's thinking like, "Wow, how many wins do you think the Dodgers are gonna have?" I'm not gonna say yet, but I can tell you how many wins Jesse thinks the Giants are gonna have. 123.
25, probably.
He thinks they're going to be the best team ever, apparently.
125, I believe.
Well,
I mean, if
you're going to have like
for where
a 3-way tie for MVP with 3 guys on your team.
125. Probably 125, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm talking home run champion, batting champion, ERA leader.
Hold on.
The Giants are going to have it all, folks.
You're saying things like like we were joking a second ago, but you just went, "Oh, they're going to be the home run." They were the home run team last year, so you're talking like it's a joke.
I'm talking about an individual, you dunce.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
talking about an individual on the team.
Brandon Bell's going to hit 60 home runs this year, so it's not a big deal.
Right. Yeah.
The cheating lab.
Be excited for that episode because I'm going to be bringing the facts. Jesse is going to be bringing the hopes with all the fairy dust bullshit sprinkled on it.
And it worked last year.
I'll be bringing you straight facts.
And it worked.
Yeah. And what did they say? Lightning doesn't strike. That's right. Twice, ladies and gentlemen. Lightning does not strike twice. The Giants will be lucky to win 93 games. Anyways, that's going to do it for the Bench is Clear podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed the 100th episode spectacular with Jesse with his trifling ass saying dumb shit the whole time. This episode is brought to you by Renovation Candle Company. Yeah, of course not. Where spring candles are out, summer candles are coming soon. Who knows? But go enjoy the spring stuff while it's here. Hit them with a jingle.
Renovation candles, spring candles don't smell like shit.
This is the best one yet.
That's what I figured. I worked really hard on that one. Thank you guys so much for listening to episode 100 and coming on us with this journey. I think it's a good time just to reflect just for a second. Just this last year, I think we kind of like, we didn't have much of a following, and I don't think we're anything, I don't think, I'm not trying to like, lie out there and say we're this, whatever, but I think we like tripled our audience last year. So I want to thank you guys for coming along with us, and hopefully we just get to keep tripling and tripling and tripling, and then we're going to be on Oprah and Ellen in a couple of years.
Well, if we're like anything like you think the Giants are going to be this year, we're going to have 1 million followers by the end of the season.
I like that. We just got to get we just got to get on something. Maybe we can like slap each other through the camera, and then everyone can talk about us too. We'll try to set that up. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. Make sure to subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting platform as well as YouTube. So if you're listening on YouTube, go to your podcast platform, just subscribe all the way. If you're listening on podcast, go to YouTube and all the different YouTube channels that you thought you were thinking about making, just run those numbers up.
Leave us a review on Apple Podcasts.
Yes, do that.
Leave us some comments. I always say who's more handsome, because we already know the answer. It sure as shit ain't Jesse, but let him know. Let them know. Yeah,
and follow us on Instagram, Benches Clear Podcast, Twitter, Benches Clear P, and TikTok, Benches Cleared. And we'll see you guys at the beginning of the fucking season.
Episode 101, it's almost here.